Previously on the Karaoke Oracle, we hit you with All Falls Down by Kanye West. And to sum it all up, I was basically finding myself. I have been just trying to find myself and accept everything about everything that I was, just so I can get to be who I'm supposed to be in this world. You know what I'm saying? Who I am supposed to be in this lifetime. Well, we just gonna jump right in. If I could pull a card, it would be Neo. So Sick. Yeah, I know that's an R&B song. Y'all expecting me to come up in here rapping all the lyrics to all these rap songs, and yeah, we gonna do that, but R&B shaped my life as well. Motown shaped my life as well. Frankie Beverly and Maze shaped my life as well. Now, I'm not coming on here saying that I can sing, but yeah, I just want to sing. But keep in mind, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Shout out to Miss Erykah Badu. And yes, come and get some soul food. Good old fashioned soul food. All right. Everything is for free, as good as it can be. Come and get some soul food. God is trying to tell you something. You know what I'm saying? Just like Color Purple. God is trying to tell you something. God is trying to tell you something. Maybe God is trying to tell you something right now. Right now. Yes. The messages are coming through the music, through the movies, through the people around you. Brendas got a baby. Brenda's got a baby. I hear Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain. A damn shame. The girl could hardly spell her name. That's not our problem. That's up to Brenda's family. Well, let me show you how it affects her whole community. Now, Brenda really never knew her moms, and her dad was a junkie putting death to his arms. It's sad, cause I bet Brenda doesn't even know. Just cause you in the ghetto doesn't mean you can't grow. But oh, that's a thought. My own revelation. Do whatever it takes to resist the temptation. Brenda got herself a boyfriend. Her boyfriend was her cousin. Now let's watch the joy in. She tried to hide a pregnancy from a family who really didn't care to see or give a damn if she went out and had a church of kids. As long as when the check came, they got first dibs. Now Brenda's belly's getting bigger, and no one seems to notice any change in her figure. She's 12 years old and she's having a baby, in love with the molester who's sexing her crazy. And yet and all she thinks that he'll be with her forever, and dreams of a world where the two of them are together. Whatever. He left her and she had the baby solo. She had it on the bathroom floor and didn't know so. She didn't know what to throw away and what to keep. She wrapped the baby up and threw him in a trash heap. I guess she thought she'd get away, wouldn't hear the cries. She didn't realize how much the little baby had her eyes. Now the baby's in a trash heap bawling. Mama can't help it, but it hurts to hear her calling. Brenda wants to run away. Mama say you're making me lose pay, and social workers here every day. Now Brenda's gotta make her own way. Can't go to her family, they won't let her stay. No money, no babysitter, she couldn't keep a job. She tried to sell crack, but end up getting robbed. So now what's next? It ain't nothing left to sell. So she sees sex as a way of leaving hell. It's paying her rent, so she really can't complain. Prostitute found, slain, and Brenda's her name. She's got a baby. Baby, yeah. Don't you know she's got? Don't you know she's got? Don't you know she's got a baby? Don't you know she's got? Don't you know she's got? Don't you know she's got a baby? Remember Brenda had a baby? Now Brenda's baby's grown. He started in foster homes, went from juvenile to group homes, no real family. Never knew what happened to his dad. Was sad as nobody answered questions he was asking. No letters, visits, or phone calls ever came. Whatever was missing, he found it running with a gang. Went from selling weed to selling heroin and cocaine. By the time he was 16, little buddy had big dreams. Met a girl named Christine, 15, with a baby. The daddy dead and gone, suicide, life's crazy. A year later, little buddy playing stepdaddy. 5% tint, 20-inch Vogues on a caddy, a coupe. He got the juice, so he got rivals, 2 pistols, 2 shooters, and Tupac was his idol. One night he got a phone call to make a pickup. Walked up to the door, them jump out boys said it's a stick up. Pulled out his 40 cal and they hit him with 4 rounds. Emptied his pocket soon as his body hit the ground. Paramedics came and saved him. Told him he was lucky. The bishop said keep praying. Big homie said we thugging, keep hustling, or give me the plug, I'll keep it coming. Who shot you, Lil Cuddy? I'm ready to ride for you, cousin. Lil buddy said I'm cool. I'm months from graduating. Time flew. Nobody went congratulating except Christine with good news and bad news. She was pregnant. He was accepted to a black school. Only a fool would leave his family, so they moved to Houston. He found a studio, invested, started producing. Junior was born the day the album was released. Due to complications, Christine didn't make it. She's deceased. Rest in peace. It was hard to keep his head up and smile. Major labels called like we've been watching you for a while. He turned them down. Made his millions underground. Never dropped another album. Never made another sound. Look at him now. Single father, living a simple life. Got his degree, started a business, got his mind right. He meditate and pray that everything gonna be alright. Even in his deepest, darkest past, the future is bright. He feels her presence, Whoopi and Swayze. But this ghost don't speak. She been watching over little buddy and them babies. Baby. What's up, world? Cass Virginia's back with another one. Man, shout out to Casper G, right? Brenda's got a baby, and it led to Brenda's baby. Like the part 2 of Brenda's got a baby. I know a lot of people been trying to do that, but it's like, man, that was the art of storytelling, and that's just what this episode of the Karaoke Oracle is going to be about this go around. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 3. We in season 1. The first episode was about, All Falls Down by Kanye. That second episode, So Sick by Neo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just basically giving you a little timeline of, kind of like what I've been through my whole life and how I've been dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? People tell me that I transmute energy, but it's all good. It's all love. It's like, I just know that, I'm not one of those people that hold on to grudges and hold on to people, hold on to things. I don't let these possessions possess me. Don't let these possessions possess you. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, but to get to this Brenda's Got a Baby. I don't think I heard no mistakes in either song. They was both about, what that sound like, about 48 bars. My first song was like 48 bars with no hook. Yeah. Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Man. I know I'm looking a little crazy, but yeah, I had to go read some books to the children at the elementary school. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this episode is really going to be about, is the children. Like Brenda was a child. Brenda was a child, and, you know, she was 12 years old, had a baby at 13, basically, having to fend for herself, and, you know, family turning on her, and you know what I'm saying? It's almost like Brenda never had a chance. Brenda never had a chance, and it was so iconic when Tupac made that song, because it was like we had been having stories told to us, you know what I'm saying? And we've had some great storytellers over the years as far as music is concerned, not just hip hop, music, period. There were some great storytellers. Tupac just gave it that soul food, that good old fashioned soul food that we were needing at the time. And you know what I'm saying? You got to understand that song came out in like 91. And I'll break down what had been going on in the community. But first, let me get to where I was in 91. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 12, getting ready to be 13 in 91. So if I was 13, this is the age that they were talking about. But she wasn't even dealing with guys my age. She had her own cousin who, you know what I'm saying, was, you know, a little older than her, just basically having his way with the baby, with the little children. Like we have to learn how to protect our children, even if it means that we are the only ones that are supervising our children. We are the only ones that's keeping up with our children. Like if I could, I never let my kids out of my sight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless I was dropping them off somewhere, because I'm coming to pick you up when it's over with type of person, you know what I'm saying? Every single day, man, check in with me every day. Just cause, you know what I'm saying? I had to let go of some of that because, you know, it pretty much wasn't done to me. But, you know, seeing what I've seen and going through some of the stuff that I've gone through as a child, it was like, by the time I grew up, I was like, nah, I'm going to be this type of father. I'm going to be this type of man in the community. I'm gonna be this type of man in the world. Like as long as I always had my heart set on that, it's like, you know, God always told me, you did good. You're doing the right thing. I'm proud of you. Sometimes he even thanks me, and I be wanting to just thank him. Man, no, thank you, God. Thank you. But, you know, I'm learning to receive. So for the most part, it's, you're welcome. Definitely, you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Even if I gotta close my eyes and be talking to the innermost me, where the soul is. The soul is in that dark space. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, if you are up in life or down in life, that's the only place still that it's going to always be. Brenda's Got a Baby. It seemed like she didn't have a chance at birth, because if you listen to the song, it's like she was almost like a burden on her own family. So she was pushed out in the cold at an early age. You know what I'm saying? But people only learn what they are taught. And the only thing she knew was, hey, I got to get this money, and, you know, by any means necessary. So, you know what I'm saying? Selling drugs or selling your body is probably some of the only things that she was taught. If it wasn't, go to school to get a job or go to school, go to the military type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it was a very tragic end, but, me growing up, being the storyteller that I am myself, I wanted to write a different story for little Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Her son, Brenda's baby, grew up. And if you could, stomach a couple of more of these words, if I go back and, let you know that he started in group homes, foster homes, juvenile, you know what I'm saying? And, you 16 and you get adopted by a family. It's like, okay, now you are subject to whatever that community puts you through, whatever that family puts you through. You know what I mean? So now you're having to co-create with a new family and a new community when you get adopted. But the story goes on to where, he becomes a gangster because he only finds love out there in the streets, but he still wanted to finish school and do some things nobody else was doing. So, he graduated high school, went to Houston after meeting his girlfriend and ended up having a baby with her. And she had a child already, but the child that they had together ended up being the death of her. Like I didn't want to paint the same picture as Brenda's Got a Baby, but I had to let you know that Brenda's child is still going through some of the same turmoil that his mother went through, and probably their mother. You know what I'm saying? These are generational curses that must be broken. And, it's like, yes, I tried to write as good a story as I could compared to that Brenda's Got a Baby in Tupac. It's like there is no comparison. There is no competing. He did that when he did it, 91. I probably finished that probably 2015. You know what I mean? So there's a nice gap in between there. The 25 years is visible. You can see a generation has grown and there's another generation coming 25 years later. You know what I mean? So now Brenda has grandchildren, but she is in heaven, or, on the other side, let's say, still making sure that little Buddy has everything he needs in life as far as comfort in spirit and in truth. You know what I mean? A couple of more things that I wanted to add to it. Like if you look at where the black community has gone in the last 100 years, all the black communities looked like Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying? Or a smaller version of it. And that was pretty much everywhere in America. Y'all know what happened to that. So, you know what I'm saying? By the time we get another leader in the 50s, other than, like the Renaissance era and the entire country went through, the world wars and the Great Depression. But at the same time, it was like the black community suffered a little bit more than everybody else. Like even, say you can go back further than 100 years, 150 years when they were first freeing the slaves, Emancipation Proclamation, you know what I'm saying? And the insurrections that were happening. But around that time, something else was happening to the entire country to where it's like, okay, this is basically social engineering is what they call it. They are pretty much forcing us into these little rat holes and just trying to see if we're going to survive just off of, you know what I'm saying? Survive off of New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? Off of whatever they call it, you know what I mean? But what I will say is in the 50s, when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and JFK were, on the rise. Of course, they were all looked at as enemies of the nation because they wanted to change the status quo. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what we have been going through since Black Wall Street. You know what I mean? You go back that 100 years and you look at it, and it's like every 10 years we are introduced to something brand new, just so we don't get too comfortable and so you don't learn too much. So yes, the 50s, Malcolm X, JFK, John F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King, they were on the rise. In the 60s, they all died. They were all assassinated. And then, the 70s, after that, it was like Black Panthers. They shut the Black Panthers down. The 80s is when the drugs and gangs were basically ushered in on a national level. You know what I'm saying? To where it was like, yes, basically our communities have been compromised for the last 50 to 60 years. You know what I mean? The Black communities have been compromised. So most of the Black communities are either underdeveloped or are only 20% indigenous people of color. You know what I'm saying? They want to say Black, African American, it don't matter. It's like we are the indigenous people of this land. So this is some information that they don't want out there. So they try to keep us listening to songs that will not empower us, educate us. You know what I'm saying? Strengthen us. Because right now we looking like we the doormat. And we'll never be anything more. So it's like, yeah, I wanted to write a different story for Brenda's baby, but it's going to be up to the next generation to actually, you know what I'm saying, stand up even stronger and unite the people no matter what. Like this is what Tupac would have wanted. Tupac wants unity with everybody, not just unity within the Black community, but unity within the Black community and then with everybody else in the community and everybody else in the nation, everybody else in the world. I mean, we are all connected. It's all connected. But we won't get everything that we are supposed to have until we realize that love is the only thing that will win in the end, and love is God. God is love. God is love. So, you know what I'm saying? 60s, 70s, 80s, like the 80s, the drugs and all of that came. So by the 90s, when Tupac wrote this song in 91, the communities were pretty much overrun with crack cocaine, 80s to 90s. You know what I'm saying? That was when the most money was made, 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? My neighborhood is no different. My neighborhood is probably known to be the first to do all of those. The first with the gangs, the first with the crack cocaine. You know what I'm saying? The first everything here where I am, you know what I mean? But it's like, if I didn't learn anything from that era is to, still love my family unconditionally, no matter what, if they choose to be on it or to sell it or to not ever participate in it at all. You know what I mean? I still love my family. Like, sometimes you got to love them from a distance, but it's still love there. You know what I mean? But the children need to have a chance to survive. The children come into the world where 50 years ago, the neighborhood had already been compromised. Now, by the time they get here, they don't get to see any of the goodness that ever was in the community. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like they have a disdain for the neighborhood that's not giving them, you know what I'm saying, everything they need as far as surviving and just being happy and being able to learn whatever it is they want to learn and what they need to learn when it comes to, you know, their education and their future, whatever legacy they leave behind. You know what I mean? And, you know, so that's the karaoke oracle in a nutshell. Yes, I'm a storyteller, story writer. There have been some great storytellers in hip hop. Hopefully I'll be able to get to those. Lyrically correct. Y'all got anything for Casper G? Leave us a card or something on there. Not what album was that on. Yeah. What city? What city is this artist from? Yeah, I bet everybody get this wrong. Yes, Casper Genius, the karaoke oracle. Much love, man. Much love and respect. For 20 years, and for the most part, it's like I appreciate Kanye for even coming in, being as real and as transparent as he was. Like, that was authentic. We needed somebody like him to come right when he came into the game, because, you know what I'm saying, like, I feel like it was supposed to be me. I was right there in the dough. Sony had a copy of Time to Get Focused. Universal had a copy of Time to Get Focused. They just didn't jump on it because that was just too positive. Like, this kid is too positive for us. We don't want that over here. Let's see if he'll make it independent, talking that country church stuff. But it wasn't just like straight church. It wasn't gospel. It was spiritual. It was spiritual. Why? Because I had to talk about the dark side too. Like we have to talk about the dark and the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's say the light is about, you know, God, but the light is about what you want the people to see. That's what you're showing them. But the dark is the stuff that you keep hidden from the world because you keep it hidden from yourself. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make it evil. When you do the dark night of the soul and work on your shadow self, it doesn't mean that you go and look at your evil, scary side. You know what I'm saying? It don't make it evil. It just means that it's been hidden. You hide it from yourself, or it has been hidden from you. That is revelations, to reveal what is hidden. Shine a light on the dark. It doesn't mean evil necessarily. It doesn't mean evil. It just means what you keep hidden from the world. What are you hiding, and why are you hiding? I'm one of those people that can see you. I see you. I can see you. I can feel you. You can see me even when you close your eyes.